What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Tech and Tactical. I wanted to do a quick discussion on my impressions so far of the Benchmade Freek. This is the knife here that's in discussion. I am just so far really impressed with it. Hopefully that's focusing. There's a couple things to be said about it. Number one is the materials. So the blade material on this knife is S30V, and it's my first knife. Hopefully you can see it there. It's my first knife. I'm moving it around on purpose to try to make it autofocus. It's my first knife in S30V, and so far so good. It's only been a few days, but I've been using it hard. I like to, when I review these knives, and you guys know this, I like to really put them through some paces. In fact, I've actually got a walking stick here that I'm going to be doing some carving with the new Mora, and I'm going to play around with this too to just kind of see how it does. But I try to put these things really through their paces pretty hard. Because I want to test them, I want to see how they do. And here's my impression so far. If you haven't seen it, by the way, I've got a unboxing video of this as well. I think it's my first real unboxing where you're actually seeing my reaction for the first time. It's actually a pretty cool video. Check it out, it's on this channel. So what are my thoughts so far after having this, let's call it 5 days, and using it maybe an hour to 3 hours per day, really using it. Now, some of that time is me just working on the action of the knife and getting used to the way that it operates, which, by the way, I just love the way this thing operates. When I first got it, it was a little stiff, so, you could still pop it open really easily, but as far as closing it, it wouldn't just fall closed like that. So I did back off the pivot, the pivot point there. I backed it out just a hair, and now it's just smooth as silk. It requires essentially no pressure in order to open. I mean, it will just open effortlessly. And then closing it, I've got to the point where it really does just swing shut. So I really like that. I really like the action of this knife. But let's get back to materials. So it's S30V blade, CPM S30V, and I am in love with this blade. I love the shape of the blade. I love the grind on the blade. It's got, you can see the close-up in my other video, but it's got this unfinished grind line thing going on, and it's just beautiful. You can actually hear it running along. You're not going to be able to hear it, of course. I'll do one right next to the microphone. All right, so here's the sound. I don't know if you heard that, especially with all the birds and stuff. So one of the coolest blade shapes and grinds and materials that I know of. The jimping is perfect. It's right where it should be. Sorry, I live in Washington, D.C., and I'm literally right underneath of the flight path of planes. So some of these outdoor videos are going to have a plane or two in the background. Jimping right where it should be. The most perfect thumb ramp that I think I've ever interacted with. The jimping is there, but it doesn't poke you at all. I don't know how they've managed to do that. This is a great knife when you're not wearing gloves. It's great when you are, though. I put some leather work gloves on, and totally awesome. So that's cool. Now, the material of the handle I'm not in love with. It's like rubber. Now, that's good and bad. And here's why. It kind of feels, I don't want to say cheap, but it doesn't feel like a high-end knife, but the handle is very grippy, and the size and shape of the handle is very comfortable. So I do like the handle overall, but I just, I just wish it was maybe more, there was another color in it, or the material was G10. Not sure. Also, the handle and the pocket clip are already starting to show wear after 3 days. Now, I have been heavy using this. As I said, one of the days I probably was cutting stuff for almost 3 hours trying to test this blade. I would videotape those, but I don't actually have, and I don't edit my videos, so I can't post a 3-hour video. But anyway, yeah, I do really like it overall, kind of first impressions. I wish maybe that it was more colorful. I wish maybe like those inserts, make them blue or red or something, or give people the option. I've had so many black knives, I'm just black knived out. You know what I mean? And black knives matter, but I do wanna get some color in my blades as well. So, in conclusion, very comfortable. Very nice knife so far. As far as the materials used, I love it, except for maybe, like we talked about, the handle. I'd love to see something more glamorous, maybe at least some G10. I really like G10. I'm not just on a G10, jumping on a G10 bandwagon. The knives that I've handled that have G10 are among my favorite feeling knives, as far as hand feel. But thanks again for coming, Tech and Tactical. I know this was kind of just a quick discussion, but I just wanted to give you guys an update because I like this thing so much, and it's not my first higher end knife, but currently it's the only higher end knife I own, at the moment. So, I wanted to pay some more attention to this because it's Benchmade too. I do like the American companies, and the fact that they've got the Life Sharp. I am going to send this back. I'm going to do some ceramic rod work with it to keep it sharp, but maybe twice a year I'm going to send it in and let them do it, and then I'll review that so you guys can see how it cuts and everything after that. But thanks again for coming. Please like